Page 218, exercise 16.1. On the previous page, they start introducing a concept of hand or wrist staccato. I call them the same thing. I think they said wrist staccato, and then in the discussion they talk about hand staccato, then they talk about wrist staccato. To me, hand staccato and wrist staccato is the same thing. It's where the hinge is the wrist, and the arm stays pretty much still, and the wrist is doing this. And it's just a real quick motion to produce the short notes on the staccato. It's used a lot for chords, because you can have finger staccato where you're basically plucking the notes, but that's for individual notes. It doesn't work for chords. So for chords you do this. There's also another kind of staccato which they're not talking about, so I won't say nothing. Won't mention anything about arm staccato. You didn't hear it from me. Okay. So that's really what they're after. The example they're giving here on page 16.3 isn't necessarily something you're going to play if you're first learning about staccato, because this piece is hard. See, one of the things I have a problem with this book is they give these examples, but they don't always tell you what the music is or who the composer is. So I kind of struggle with that. I'd like to know where this piece is. Maybe I want to go listen to the whole thing. Well, I need to know what it's called or who it's by or something. Anyway, the idea is you're going to do that, and this is good exercise. You can do this with the scale videos. Rather than playing it into the scale, play them in octaves and experiment, or practice doing this. So you're here. Etc. If you play a black note, I recommend 1 and 4 rather than 1 and 5. So if it's like here on F major, has a B flat in it. Right there, I'll do 1 and 4. And when I do these, I aim one finger and I leave my hand in this position and let the other finger just follow. So I'm aiming the thumb because I can see it more clearly. And I'm aiming here, and I leave my hand there. But good thing here is you don't have to worry about getting tense, because you're working the wrist. As long as you can work the wrist, you can't get tense. You have to stay loose, because if you get tense, the wrist won't work. So try and hold the arm still, and you're just working the wrist. When you're first learning it, I recommend exaggerating that movement so you get it. When you actually get it in pieces, it's actually a small movement. But it's much better to use wrist staccato. People will get tense and they'll start doing everything so I recommend not. Stay loose. This is a good staccato to learn. This is a lousy exercise to learn it in, but it's a good thing to keep in mind if you have pieces with staccato in chords or octaves or whatever. Wrist. That's really about all I have. I don't even want to attempt this thing. It's presto means really fast, and the second time there's a note faster second time. It's like prestissimo, which is as fast as you can play. So this is not a piece I would recommend for learning staccato, is what I'm saying.